Good morning and welcome to the NuSpecian Live. I'm Jillian.
Hi, I'm Aston. Good morning.
And microphone. Oh, you need your mic.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta work out some
boy.
kinks here.
You see, I have kinks to work out. Many kinks.
Also, before I can do the introduction, I'm hearing audio through my iPad, which I don't want. There we go. No? It keeps turning it on without my permission. I don't know how to stop that.
Sounds like a very intelligent iPad.
Yeah,
It wants to join the fray.
I know. I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is not the way we hope to introduce our return to the Q&A.
But we're here. And
I keep doing it, and then when I talk, it puts it back up. I guess it thinks that I don't know what I'm doing. Let me see if there's a sound setting I can stop that from happening. If I just that. This is a new thing. Has anyone seen this before where it just decides that you want to hear the audio? Huh. Wow.
so everyone can hear the
Well, it's
audio.
just like I'm hearing myself again. All right, so what I'm going to do is not use this.
You're.
I was trying not to have this huge laptop in front of me while I speak to our lovely folks, but here we go.
I don't think they care.
Mary, does this mess up my shot?
I think they're here for information and knowledge and guidance, etc., etc.
We're
There
so
you,
happy to be back.
there you are.
Here I am. Okay, NuSpecians. And for those of you who are new, let's do this.
So we have a
Okay.
lot to bring up to speed on what's been happening at NuSpecies, and we've been away for a couple months or a few months, right?
Yes.
So
Thank you for your patience.
yeah, we have new products,
And thank you to those of you who weren't patient and you were upset because we're happy to know that you want us here.
But we're back. We're back, and we're back for good. Took a little break there, but where do you want to start? I see you have a list of things there.
I do. Well, I was gonna say for those of you who don't know what NuSpecies is or who we are, I'm again Jillian Aston, and NuSpecies is a natural health company. We manufacture our own unique line of high potency, safe, effective, plant-based herbal medicine and supplements. And they're all designed to help your body be as resilient as possible against some of the toughest of health challenges, as well as to maintain your health in a powerful way on a daily basis. Something different than what you might be used to with typical supplements, where you take them and you just kind of cross your fingers and you assume they're doing what they're supposed to do. In the case of NuSpecies, you usually actually feel the products working in your body, and you can actually see health improvements, which is unusual for supplements. So we take pride in that. We've been helping a lot of people for, I think, this July is going on 17 years now.
And one of the great observations that we've made, especially with doctors, but the medical community in general, we rarely come across the doctor who says, "Don't take NuSpecies." It's rare, extremely rare. So that's an endorsement of what we have been doing over the last how many years. So we're back, and we have a lot more knowledge to share with you, and we want to be even more aggressive in trying to help you to get better from the issues that you have, you, your family, your friends, your coworkers, as fast as possible. So we have a few new products and other things to update you on before we get into the Q&A. And I hope you all have questions after 3 or 4 months. You should have a pile of questions for us.
So we will just say that a good health choice for you may not be a good health choice for someone else, and that is why we host this Q&A every Saturday at 10 a.m. to give you the answers to your questions that will hopefully help you continue along your own unique health journey. So thank you for being with us today. I will remind you, we do have people viewing on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you hear us responding to comments or questions that you don't see, it's just because they're on the other platform. And in the meantime, I do want to let y'all know Oh, okay, so Instagram will restart on, no problem. We'll be back on Instagram shortly. But do want to let you know, normally, folks, you start getting inspired with your questions after 10:30, but today we do have a hard out at 10:45 because I'll actually be covering the Bronxville store today, and I need to get there no later than noon. So would like to wrap up by 10:45. So please, if you have questions, it doesn't matter what we're talking about right now, just put them in the chat, and I just will scan through the chat and find whatever you have said. So don't worry about timing. Just make sure you get your questions in, okay? In the meantime, I'll say good morning to Trevor. Hi, Maxine. Good morning, Headley. Trevor says welcome back. So does Maxine, and Headley says happy you guys are back. So
thank you. Thank you very much. We're happy to be back as well.
Yes, we're very excited to be here. We've been looking forward to this for weeks now. And if you could tell, we moved our studio. So we finally have a more comfortable place for us to be in, and hopefully a more visually beautiful background for you to look at the whole time.
Okay.
Hope you like it. All right. So speaking of Bronxville, yes, I will be opening at 12 today and we'll close at the normal time, 6. But then starting on Monday, July 14th, Bronxville will have new hours. So we did finally get to hire and train a part-timer who will be covering the store. And luckily, she can cover it for a little bit more time than we have had recently. So what you'll see starting Monday, July 14th is that Bronxville will be open Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday from 10 to 6. So that's an extra day and a few extra hours than we've had so far. So I hope that's going to be helpful to you for your shopping needs.
And it will be posted to our platforms, right?
Yes. So I'll update it on the website, on the app, on the signs, everywhere. And we'll send notifications through the NuSpecies app as well. So please download the app because we do send a lot of these updates. So for example, if Bronxville had to close suddenly early last Friday because an employee had an emergency, I was able to send a notification through the app. That's where we'll send those real-time updates about stores versus our text list, which we're going to keep more strictly for marketing purposes. So if you want that real live LinkedIn to what's happening with NuSpecies, you have to download the app, which is free and should be fairly easy to do.
It's our business card, and it has all the information that it's a roadmap. It's a roadmap to know what's happening at NuSpecies, not just our email and text, but please have the app on the phone. And if you refer us to other people, do the same. Ask them to download the app. It's the best way just to get a synopsis of who we are, what we do.
And I've been making updates there recently, trying to keep it fresh. So you can check this out too. All right. So those are the updates there. The other big updates are discounts. So our next promotion just started yesterday. I got the notifications out a little bit late yesterday evening, but we have started our next promotion period. We started it yesterday. So it's 15% off all full priced products. This cannot be combined with the other items that have larger discounts, but you can have them on the same order and the 15% will come off of the full priced items. And the code is strong15. And you can go online and purchase now. You can go in a store and purchase, and you'll be able to save your 15%.
So we're doing these discounts to help you to get your protocols, your packages, and to assist your family and friends. You refer a lot of people, a lot of family members to us, and it's amazing to me the number of you who actually buy for other people, even strangers, even friends. It's amazing. And not to mention family members. So we do these discounts to help you to be able to afford to stay on your protocol until you get better. Whatever issues you're working on, whatever rebuilding you're doing, of your body, we want you to do it until you're born again, until you're completely better. So we're doing these discounts to help you. So take advantage. They may not go on forever. Well, guess what? Nothing lasts forever.
Also, if you haven't seen yet on our website, if you drop down the shop menu, you'll see that there's a section called 20 to 50% off. And in there, you'll see all the items that are actually have some ongoing discounts for various reasons. And that's separate from the 15% off. So One of the items in there is the bee pollen 9. That's the upgraded potency of bee pollen, and that has been 30% off for a little while. I actually made too much of it, and that coincided with me also wanting to change the bottle that it comes in. So I would like to sell it out so that I could make a new batch and put it in the new bottles that I want. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's still your perfectly potent bee pollen 9 that you've been taking, except instead of $50,
it's not clearance.
It's 30% off. So this is solely because I want you to to buy it out. And if you've someone who's been taking bee pollen, then it's a great savings.
So let's talk about what bee pollen is good
quickly,
for.
I just want to say, because Mary's showing this on the screen right now, and you'll see how the discount isn't showing right away just because there's two variants. There's the regular and the upgraded. Even once you're here, if you toggle to the potency 9, the discount still won't reflect. But once you add it to your cart, you will then see the discount. You'll see the 30% come off. So this is a great opportunity to buy a whole bunch of bee pollen 9 before I change the bottle. Now, having said that, allergies, fall allergy season is coming up in September. Bee pollen is known to help people with their allergy symptoms, but it is most effective for more people when you take it in advance of the season. So starting now gives you 2 whole months to prep your system to resist that overreaction by your body to what you may normally respond to in the fall. So it actually now's a perfect time with the 30% off. And if you're prepping for allergy season, to start taking it right now.
Right. So allergies, asthma, sinus, those threesome, they go together. Usually if someone has one, they have all the others, because allergies can trigger asthma. It can cause asthma. It can cause sinus issues. So the bee pollen assists with the immune system to calm it down, to stop overreacting to allergens. That's actually what's happening when you get allergic reactions to anything at all, dust, mites, whatever. So the bee pollen, that's what it can help you with. And then it's also good for digestion. Actually, the primary reason why we have the bee pollen, if we go back to the beginning of time, NuSpecies, Joe, is that we wanted people to be able to have a good digestion. So most of the human population doesn't have good digestion. If you have bloating, gasiness, constipation, you have all these bugs in the stomach, you have all those gastric issues, that people get. The bee pollen will help with digestion. So it will help to trigger the liver, the pancreas to create the enzymes and the gastric juices that the body needs to digest foods. So if you have any digestive issues, the bee pollen can also assist with that. And it serves a lot of other purposes. People take it for pain. We have clients who have chronic pains, and they take the bee pollen and get tremendous help. And we also have clients who use it for if they have brain issues. It's part of our brain package. Those of you who have taken the brain package with the caveman, the B vitamins, the vitamin D. So it has a lot of purpose, because the bee pollen is one of the they call it a superfood. A lot of scientists or nutritionists call it a superfood, because it also have a lot of nutrients in it, a lot of proteins in it. So it's not a one-dimensional product. Maybe every week we should pick a product and talk about it.
Yes, I feel like we keep saying that, and then
never doing it.
I'll say good morning to Richard. Hi, Richard. Hi, June. Good morning. Hey, Fitzgerald. Yes, it's so good to be talking with all of you again. It's so wonderful to see all your names here in the chat. Hi, Jay. And then we did just get, I'm just going to post this here, Instagram question. The question is, I need a good detox for myself to clean me out. So yes, we will get right to that. I just wanted to, let's see, we talked about that. Okay, I wanted to just finish a couple of announcements, and then we'll get into some more questions. And before we get into zinc and ashwagandha, we can answer Clinton's question.
Yeah.
But quickly, we are still hiring. So although we did bring on the part-timer for Bronxville, we do still need another part-timer, because we'd like to open both of our stores 6 days a week and even extend the hours a little bit, maybe like 10 to 7. So we need a part-timer for Bronxville, and we also need a part-timer for Elmont. These positions are open to full-time as well. So we're willing to work with someone who maybe wants long-term job security in a part-time position, or someone who really wants a career. This position can accommodate both. And then if the person could actually drive to both Bronxville and Elmont, that would, not in the same day, but as part of their general schedule, that would be amazing. So if you know anyone who is very interested in natural health and living, is passionate about helping people, and you think it's the kind of person you'd want to see every time you walk into our stores, that you think we'd enjoy working with, shares our values, and
Then they know what we want.
yeah,
You know what we want.
please.
And we're not asking you to, if you know someone, help us find people
Yes.
for our stores, for your stores. Okay.
Yeah, it's really for you, honestly.
Yeah.
we will train and make them great. They just have to have the right raw materials to work with. So if you know who they are, please refer them to us. We will post on the app as soon as we have the job description updated. We'll post it on the app so you can share it with them there as well. And it'll go out through our email newsletter, all the places. So please be subscribed to our email newsletter, our text list, and download the app, and you will find out about the job, and you can share it with those who you love, who you think would be great for NuSpecies. But most importantly, the best piece of advice I can give is, if you talk to this person you're referring to us, please, when they email us about the job, for them to write some sort of statement about who they are, why they think they're a good fit for NuSpecies, and why they would love to work at NuSpecies. If I just feel like someone is just looking for a job, I'm not going to consider that applicant. I need someone who really is passionate about what we do, our values, and our mission. Otherwise, they're not going to serve you the best, and they may not last long enough. We need a long-term person.
Okay.
All right. So that is hiring for Elmont and Bronxville. And then lastly, we just wanted to say a few words about what transpired with Brooklyn, and why we're no longer pursuing a store in Brooklyn.
The bottom line is that we couldn't find a good candidate to be at Brooklyn. It's as simple as that. And that's why we're beseeching you now to help us find people. We spend thousands of dollars trying to recruit people from the various job forums that they have out there online, and we're just not finding them. So that's why we're coming to you to assist us. So we're not saying that Brooklyn will never happen again, but we have to have good candidates, and you know what we need. You know the kind of people we need in our offices or stores. So please help us to find good people. And if they're family members, even better. Neighbors that people you know really well, even better. So, you can give them our phone numbers and our email. You can bring them in yourself. You can send them in to our offices. But we're asking you, our first day back after that hiatus, we're asking you to help us find people to take care of your stores or your offices that's been keeping you healthy and keeping you alive. So help us help you. How about that? I like that. Help us help you.
Right. And, truthfully, I mean, for that reason, though, we're not pursuing a store in Brooklyn right now. So we're not going to be considering candidates for Brooklyn right now.
We have to take care of the two we have.
Yes.
The two that we have now, we need to take care of them and take care of them properly, rather than trying to expand into other places, other states, other countries. We have to take care of what we have. And right now, it's not looking pretty good, as you all know.
And in addition to, well, I mean, everything's looking good at NuSpecies, but you mean the economy as a whole is uncertain?
No. I mean, man in the stores.
Oh,
look at Bronxville.
Oh,
it's been open 3 days a week for about a year now.
Right.
And
that's true.
and people we had there before, a lot of you hated the people we hired and put there to work. So we haven't been doing well with finding people who can take care of you the way you need to be taken care of. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we're not considering any candidates right now for Brooklyn, but we are just trying to make sure that Elmont and Bronxville are properly staffed and cared for, and that the folks there get trained, because every time we hire someone, it's like at least 6 months of pretty intense training. So it's hard to be doing that for multiple locations at once. Also, the bigger struggle is, even as much as we want to be there in Brooklyn with all of you, it is like a 2-hour really, really difficult drive for us, and it takes a lot out of us to be able to be there. So whenever you ask us to open a new location, if the expectation is that I say we, but I know you want Aston there. is that, it's really not going to be realistic for Aston to have a regular schedule that's in a location 2 hours away. When we were in Canarsie, you could probably get there in an hour and a half on a good day if the Belt Parkway wasn't actually a parked
Well, the number
cars.
of cars on the road now have increased at least 1 billion in New York State alone.
Oh, jeez.
It's just traffic
It's
jams.
just so much
and
traffic, yeah. So it's just not realistic.
We were down there looking at those locations in Brooklyn, and it was just horrendous.
Yes, and then there's no parking. You can't find parking even for the customers.
Right.
It's very difficult. So we're trying to be practical about using the precious resource of our time, our energy, our health to support you and be there for you. And that just requires us to focus that energy on where we can be most valuable. And so if we can be here on the Q&A, if we can talk to you on video or over the phone, if you can see us in Bronxville or Elmont, if you can come up to Pauling, so that's where we are right now in our Pauling HQ, which is, maybe an hour and a half for some of you. We would love to see you here. So Aston, I don't know if we haven't talked yet about officially opening up a schedule for
absolutely.
here.
From Brooklyn, it's probably about that. If you're in Westchester or even Mount Vernon, the Bronx, even parts of Queens and Long Island, it's probably going to be just an hour, because driving up here, you're not going to experience any traffic at all.
Yeah, and if you come up here, we'll give you some coffee, tea, you got water, we'll give you snacks, you can hang out, it's comfortable. It'll be a nice trip. You can have lunch, walk around the town. It's a great experience. So that can help us be more efficient to see more of you and do it in a way that can be maintained long term.
So we're dwelling in this because we want to do things the right way. That we have tried in the past. We've tried our best to do things the right way, to support you, to support your family, your friends, your coworkers, all these people you bring to us. We want to support them the right way, and we need good people to help us to do so. So we're not saying that we're not going to come back to the locations. No, we're saying that we need good people there so that we can strategically decide how we, or even tactically, how we're going to come there and support you, from time to time. So please help us find some people that we can use to help you to be better. All right.
All right. So before we move on to Clinton's question, I will just remind all of you, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do. I watch some YouTube videos and I'm always annoyed when the hosts say that, but I see how important it is, because if you subscribe, you'll be notified when we are live and when we post new content, but also it helps other people find our channel. And we'd like the likes to reflect the legitimacy and authenticity and value of what we provide here. So it's free. All we're asking for is for you to hit that follow button or subscribe button or whatever the buttons are. Just click them all, help us out, make us look as good as we think that we are. All right. So Clinton's question is, let me go back to it. He wants a good detox to clean out his body. So Clinton, I don't know if you're aware of our of the products that we sell, our product line, and some of the detox options that we have. But first, maybe we could talk a little bit about what a lot of people mean different things when they say detox. So are you referring to your digestive tract to clean out? Because we know a lot of people are used to what they might call a washout or a colon cleanse, where you just sort of have a very aggressive clean out of the colon, and that washes out pretty much a lot of the bad and also all the good. It's not sustainable for regular use. It's kind of something like an emergency use sort of thing. At NuSpecies, we mostly cater our product line to be stuff you can do every single day for regular care of your health and maintenance of your health. So what we call our detoxify and cleanse, there's a few components to it. So there is a powder which you would mix into water morning and night and drink. It also comes in capsules, and this is just like a slow, gentle exfoliation of all of that plastered fecal matter that is lining your entire intestinal wall and colon. So this is not just like a quick washout.
And that's how the body should, detox slowly, methodically. It's not a washout. It's not a diarrhea. You don't want to do that. You're going to lose electrolytes from your stomach and your intestine if you do washouts. And our detox is completely natural. So you want to go slow. You want your body to detox itself using our detox.
Right. And it's just working with your body, not for your body.
Right.
That's pretty much how I describe
it's not a medication.
all of our products. Right. And it's not a remedy in the sense that like sometimes remedies are necessary. If you are really, really clogged up and you need something powerful to just like, unplug it, fine. But that's not something we would recommend as a regular practice to maintain your health. So our detox can be used every single day forever. And it's very gentle.
Mhm.
And just if you were to leave it in the water, it'll get very gelatinous. But obviously you're going to drink it before that happens. That's what ends up happening in your intestines. That sticky fiber will stick to the fecal matter plastered along your entire intestinal tract and colon. And as you drink water and eat throughout the day, that natural peristalsis and movement of the muscle tissue will push out and pull off that plastered fecal matter from the lining of your intestines.
Mhm.
And what you will see is much, much larger, more frequent, if you were not going frequently, and much softer movements.
Mhm.
It is truly a wonder to experience.
And that's the way it should be for everybody.
Yeah.
And if you're not experiencing that, you could have digestive issues, you could have liver issues, pancreatic issues, thyroid issues. If you're not seeing that type of action when you do number 2 or whatever number it is, I think it's 2, then
Yes.
you know something is off. So we can give you the you want a really good detox. A really good detox is taking our detox package, the blood and the lymph node to clean. Jillian get to those
Oh,
yet.
okay. Yes.
But if you want a really good detox, our anti-inflammatory is a form of detox. It helps the body to clean for inflammation and infection. So yes, we use it for various health, to support the body for various health issues, but it's a form of detox. If you want a really good detox, add in the bee pollen so your liver and pancreas can produce the gastric juices and enzymes in the right amount that you need to support your digestive tract. If you want a really good detox, add in the probiotics to help with the healthy bacteria in the small intestines. So if you want a really good detox, yes, you could start with the 3 main parts, but then, there are other elements to detoxing and supporting the digestive tract using those other formulas I mentioned. And we can talk about it at some point.
Yeah, I think what Aston is actually working up to in his answer is that your body already is trying to detoxify itself all the time. It's just part of maintenance, okay? It's your lymph nodes are clearing foreign matter from your blood.
Mhm.
Your body is constantly cleaning and repairing and trying to maintain itself through constant detoxification. So your body already knows how to do this and wants to do this. The problem is our modern lifestyles are inundating our bodies with far more toxins than it even knows what to do with.
Mhm.
And so when we talk about detox these days, we're usually talking about the fact that we need some like serious
We need to
repair.
move.
We need to clear excess. We need like
Our
emergency
blockages or
yeah, we need
our
emergency action.
yeah.
It's but truthfully, the best thing we can do is live a lifestyle that just allows our body to do the everyday detoxification it's already doing. So when we're mentioning the products that we have, that is supporting daily cleansing and detoxifying. Also, they're powerful enough to be something you use periodically as well and still get pretty powerful results. But like exercise and sweating, drinking a lot of water, sleep, these are all critical to detoxification of your body. That's just empowering the normal detoxification your body's already trying to do. And then our products added on top of that are just assisting it to be even better, and sometimes repair more serious situations.
Mhm.
So those are different ways you can look at the idea of detox. Now, we had a question.
And if you do what we just talked about, folks, over the years of NuSpecies, we have tens of thousands of clients who have used our detoxing process to maintain their blood pressure, good blood pressure, to stave off diabetes, getting out of hand, to help with supporting their high cholesterol and many other issues. So when the body is removing these really awful chemicals from the bloodstream and the cells and the tissues and the organs, the body is able to on its own rebuild itself and support itself. As Jill just said, our bodies are doing all the things that we're giving you the products to to do. Your body's doing it already. It just needs a little help. It's overloaded with chemicals, with toxins, with viruses and bacteria and inflammation and infection. I look at your lab reports, and I can just tell you how overloaded your body is, unable to detox itself, unable to rebuild itself. And you can see it yourself. Just look at your labs and you see the abnormalities in there, especially if you look at your urinalysis, you see all these abnormalities. That's all inflammation and infection that's blocking your body from performing the way it should. So all we're doing is assisting your body to do what it does naturally.
Exactly. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this, but we have a question. We put it up on the screen. Does the detox affect the liver sometimes? So I don't know if this question is from someone who knows about our detox product and is asking if our product can affect the liver, or if just detoxing in general can affect the liver. What I will say, just from a high level, and then you can answer more specifically, is that a healthy body supports all the organs, and when your body starts to become burdened with toxins, a lot of your organs can start to get burdened, and liver is part of that process of cleaning things out of the body. So
it's our number one detoxifier, our liver.
So not detoxifying or having too many toxins or foreign matter in your body that your body can't deal with will affect your liver. And then maybe doing certain types of chemical or too aggressive of detoxes on a regular basis, maybe that could have an impact. I don't know of any negative impact that our species detox could ever have on your liver.
If you use chemicals, any kind of chemicals or synthetic, whatever you buy in a lot of stores, folks, or you just read a label and you'll see that they're chemicals, and some of them are hard chemicals. And yes, they're going to make you move, but this is what you should think. Per the question, whoever named this organ liver mean live. Liver means life. Everything we eat and drink goes nowhere if it doesn't go through the liver. If you eat it and it just go right out your body, then it doesn't support your body in any way or form. It has to go through the liver for processing to support your body. What we have at NuSpecies, all completely natural. They're whole foods, completely natural, plant-based. That's what we have. They're foods. They're whole foods made by nature itself, or made by God himself or herself. So when you take NuSpecies, if you have an issue, it's a whole food, right? It's completely natural. If you have an issue in your liver, in your pancreas, in your brain, in your intestine, what we have seen over the 20 plus years we've been doing this is that it's an issue that was there before, that the body is alerting you that you have. So we have never had a case where any of our products cause any issues with any organ at all. So if over the years, Joe, we have had people who take the detox and they would say the detox caused something in their intestine or their colon. And we would say, like bleeding. And we would say to them, go to your doctor, get a colonoscopy, get an endoscopy, get a medical exam. And a lot of these people, what they found were polyps and even cancer that the detox alerted them to. And they could have had this issue for a long time and not knowing until it turned to stage 4 or an end of life situation. So
I remember 2 specific things. So one thing about bleeding is if you have bleeding when you use the detox, it could just be because you already have abrasions or
hemorrhoids,
certain types of wounds on the tissue of your intestinal or colon wall, and they were previously just clogged with fecal matter. So imagine you fall and scrape your hand, and then you just take a bunch of dirt and just shove it in there, right? It's going to clog up and it's not going to bleed. But then once you wash the dirt out, the blood is going to start to flow until it heals. So it's the same thing in your intestines. A lot of us, from a pretty rough diet, it damages the tissues in our intestines, and there's wounds there. So once our detox starts to slowly pull off that fecal matter and clean it off the walls of your intestines, those wounds become exposed. And so you could see bleeding for a few days, and then your body should heal it. And that would be totally normal. And that would be a healthy sign of repair. If you were seeing that blood would likely also be bright red and right? Fresh looking versus like a dark blood or a lot of bleeding that persists for more than a few days. That could be a sign of the cleaning out of your intestines actually revealing a pre-existing problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you don't want to ignore any of these things, but a little
Nope.
bit of like fresh bleeding is not unusual. Additionally, I remember
Good memory.
what was the name of our we had an employee once. Her name started with A. It was great. She started taking the detox, and remember she said she had gotten that like red rash on her skin right where her liver is, or her kidneys, right where her kidneys were or something. And she had said that she knew it was a sign of her body
I have
detoxifying
thousands
from
of
that
stories.
organ.
That one
Yeah.
that one didn't stick.
I don't know why that one sticks, but I just hadn't heard of someone seeing like an external symptom of what was happening internally, and then it cleared up and she felt much better. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we don't have any evidence of a negative impact on the liver. But if you had a more specific version of that question that you want to, now that we've answered it in 3 different ways, please continue to ask.
Okay.
So we're getting toward the end of the show. For those of you who joined late, I'm covering Bronxville today, so we do have to end the show in about 10 minutes so that I have time to get there. Otherwise, I don't want to open any later than noon for folks who need to get in. What I do want, Aston, if you could touch on, especially, we might not have time to get into ashwagandha today, but if you are on our email list or on our app, you will see that we've announced the addition of 2 new products to our product line, one of them being zinc and
3.
one of them being ashwagandha.
Oh yes, we had saw palmetto already. It's a 2. Yeah.
Right. Aston is rebirthing the use of saw palmetto along with zinc for his men's health packages. So yeah, so it feels like saw palmetto is new, but it's actually not. But maybe you want to just touch on that for the men listening if they haven't already heard what changes you're making and why you're using zinc. You could tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think since we only have a short time, I think next week we can get into more details. So we have a few men out there, maybe 5, right, Mary? Maybe no more than more than 5 who they need additional support with their prostate. But zinc can be used by women as well to support women's hormones, just so you all know. So it's not for men. Women can use zinc. Zinc perform hundreds of different functions to support the body making healthy hormones. So you could use it with Queen Annie if you want to, ladies, especially you ladies who have reproductive issues. So zinc can help tremendously to support the Queen Annie in balancing the hormones, and so yes, we added to the prostate package that we have along with the saw palmetto. And the reason why we do that is because zinc does help the body in the mitosis process to produce healthier cells as well. So we're putting it in the prostate package, guys, to allow the prostate to regenerate healthier cells, especially those of you who have high PSA or you have prostatitis, prostate cancer, past cancer. The zinc can help tremendously to support the hormones. There's a hormone called 5-alpha reductase. That's one of the hormones that we're trying to support in the body. And then as for the ashwagandha, you spoke about it. It's a lot of you have been asking for it for years, but it's another plant or herb. It's another plant or another whole food that can also support hormones, but in a different way. So ashwagandha can help, to normalize stress hormones, whether it's cortisols or steroids. And, a lot of you who are under stress, you can add the ashwagandha too. And all of us are, especially in this time, in these times, worldwide, we're all under tremendous stress from one thing or another, especially with the environment, all the toxins that you spoke to earlier. Our lifestyles are overburdened with a lot of toxins and viruses and bacteria, and all the effects of COVID is still affecting a lot of people. So ashwagandha can help to balance the stress hormones. And then of course the saw palmetto, we put it in the men's package as well, because we want to promote better blood circulation to the prostate. So I think we're going to need a lot of time to go into it, Joe, in details.
Right.
But
I was just
yeah, go
wanted to
ahead.
go back to zinc for quickly.
Yeah.
So as you know, our goal is always to, as often as possible, use whole foods as the source of vitamins and minerals, and to not have to isolate vitamins or minerals in your packages. So you're not buying like 10 different things to support one organ or body system.
Mhm.
So we only add in isolated vitamins or minerals when we really feel like it helps give that extra boost, especially if we're seeing that there are certain clients who need that extra support.
Right.
So
Right.
when most people are getting help with just using the whole foods and the formulations we have
Mhm.
made from the herbs that are then giving you the vitamins and minerals, we just stick with that. But if we start to see a trend where there's maybe a worsening version of a health condition, or a growing subset of folks who are saying, I don't think this is working as fast, or I'm not getting the results I was hoping for,
Right.
then Aston, of course, does stop sleeping, and he can't stop thinking about how we're going to help every single person. And so that is kind of where the zinc was birthed. So it is a liquid zinc. It is from natural sources. It's not made in a lab. It is nothing like a zinc you'd go get off of the shelf at
Right.
a
It's not a
health food store,
pill.
or grocery store.
Yeah.
You're right. And it's very, very high quality and potent. The idea is that you will be adding this in to your typical, support package, whether it's
Mhm.
for men or women's health, and maybe only for a temporary period of time.
Right.
It's not necessarily because our mineral complex has zinc. So this is just when certain cases when you need extra zinc, or if you're not using the mineral complex, you're also going to be getting zinc, because all of the whole foods we use in all of our formulas have a ton of different vitamins and minerals. So
Mhm.
we don't want to start going down that rabbit hole of like reverse engineering nature and starting to sell you all these individual vitamins and minerals. It's really not the best way to go about supporting your body. It's more expensive, and it's not always the most helpful long term.
And that's why we're just focusing on men's health. The prostate is very difficult to rebuild, and in this case, we want to support cellular regeneration in the prostate. So it's very specific to that. And again, the people we are recommending this to, it's a very select group of men, maybe 4 or 5, but other men can use it as well. But we just want you to know that it's there if you want to add it into your support for your prostate.
Right. And
Yeah.
if you really just want to be taking zinc and you just want a high quality liquid one, then there it is. You've got it.
And those of you who are taking, you guys who are taking, which is about 98%, 99% of you all out there who are taking the men's health packages for prostate, for whatever you're getting results, you don't have to add it in unless you want to. It's not for you. We're not targeting you. We're targeting those guys who need special help because the normal prostate system is not supporting their body the way we would like to, or they would like it. We wanted to get results a lot faster. So that's why these are being added.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then quickly, Yvonne just had asked, I had an overactive thyroid back in 2015, and I used your products and I was good. So yay, that's wonderful news. But now, so we're in 2025, it has recurred, but it's underactive. What steps do I need to
Same
take?
thing.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe this is a quick answer. Is it's very likely the same support. Your thyroid is just, because it's not functioning properly, it probably just needs the same support.
That's the way our thyroid works. Today it's hyper, tomorrow it's hypo.
Yeah. And now 10 years ago, we most likely have all the same products that you use then, if not more. When it comes to thyroid, though, I don't think the recommendations have changed
No.
at all.
No.
If you don't remember what you took, I don't think we'll have access to records from 2015, or we might have them in our notes, our manual notes, but like our actual POS system has changed 3 times since then. So, but we can always rework it. So, Yvonne, we could potentially get into more detail here, but because we're running out of time for today, I want to make sure that nothing's stopping you from getting started. So if you want, Aston can find your chart, just put a couple of notes in there now. And if you call our team after we open at 11, they can look at his notes and tell you what it is you need to get.
Right. Well, I would like to get the full name, but we can
Yvonne
get
Young, sorry.
Oh,
She wrote
okay.
Yvonne Young.
Okay, that's fine. Good. Thank you.
And then Yvonne, if potentially we might have multiple people with the same name in our system. So if you could also email support@nuspecies.com and just remind us and give us your email, your phone number, so we have something more specific to identify. And if you met with Aston, we definitely have notes. Whether or not we wrote specifically the products you bought or used, because sometimes what we recommend is not what people end up buying. So the notes may be half useful, but he can still just put in.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And she lives in Bronxville, so she can stop in. I hope to see you today. Then I'll be there as soon as we get off this show. I'm going to leave, so I hope to see you, Yvonne. And Aston will give me the information, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Wow, this was so refreshing and wonderful to be back. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we actually miss you.
We really did. We really did.
We're happy to be back, and we're back for good. So you can, get family and friends, like we always say, or coworkers, neighbors to join. And we have a whole lot of information to share with you this year. A lot of information that will help you, help your family, help your children, your grandchildren, help the people around you who you love to keep them more healthy and hopefully to live longer. We have a ton to share with you. And it's not just NuSpecies, it's how you can navigate the medical system to get it to work for you, like we've been saying before. So we're looking forward to sharing just a ton of information with you this year. So get the word out and get them to join and get them to download the NuSpecies app. And let's continue the work you two, have been doing and helping people.
Absolutely. So don't forget about the discount started yesterday. It's 15% off all the full price products. And then don't forget to check out that 20 to 50% off section on our site. There are items in there that we have some special ongoing discounts for, and you can ring up both of those items along with your full priced items that will get the 15% off. The bee pollen 9, if you have fall allergies, now is the time to start taking it to prepare your body to not overreact in September. So get that 30% off the bee pollen 9. Because I want to sell it out because I made too much and I want to change the bottle. And I'm excited for this update to the product, but I'm not going to waste what we already made. So I'd love for it to sell it out. It is moving, but I'm just encouraging it to keep going, and especially for allergy season coming up for those of you with fall allergies. Lastly, we did identify about, 6 or so products that have a couple of items that will be expiring in about 6 months. So I wanted to put those on sale as well, so that those of you who use them and you'll use them up in a month or two, it makes no sense to not save and buy those. So keep an eye out on the app and in our email list, and I will be announcing which items those are, and we'll give them a special big discount so we can get those sold. And you can get them into your body rather than letting them expire, even though our products probably have another good full year after you see that date. But, we'd rather just get them gone. But all right, so I'll be opening Bronxville shortly at 12. And then starting on Monday, July 14th, Bronxville's hours will have increased thanks to our awesome new hire who is able to work some more hours. So that will be Bronxville's hours will change to Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday from 10 to 6. And that will start on Monday, June 14th. And I'll send out all those notifications next week for the following week.
And yes, Yvonne, we did speak. I found your chart. Okay, so we're way ahead. And thank you all for joining today. It was great to have you all.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to be back. We can't wait to talk to you again next week. If you want to submit your questions in advance, you can do that on the app. Just scroll on the homepage to the submit a question section, and you can let us know in advance what you want to talk about. And then we will always make time for what needs to happen. Otherwise, we'll also announce when we're open here in Pauling for you to come see Aston, and he'll open up his calendar for select days here in Pauling. And we'll make sure we get some more face-to-face time to make up for the time we were away there. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your holiday weekend.
And same here. Bye-bye.